New fragrances. Let's talk about it.
Here's some codes to save you some cash on your next Middle Eastern niche or designer fragrances.
What's going on, guys? My name is Neeb. Welcome back to AROMATIX. So there are quite a few new drops that are coming out very soon, some within like the next 2 weeks, as early as April 16. There are about 4 or 5 fragrances that I want to talk about, and maybe some that I'm not that interested in as well. So a total of about 6 fragrances we're going to be talking about that are releasing within the next few weeks. The first one I want to talk about is a relatively cheaper fragrance house. I mean, I don't want to say that they're that cheap. Azzaro Chrome Azure. So the note breakdown for Azzaro Chrome Azure include bergamot, lavender, and C notes. They're doing the whole 3-note breakdown, but the inspiration of this fragrance is supposed to be like a tribute to the Mediterranean getaway between Cassis and Capri. So that's what they're saying, is that basically this is supposed to be like an aquatic, salty version of their already aquatic fragrances, really. Azzaro Chrome Blue or Aqua, along with Chrome Extreme, there's some fragrances that I've been recommending for quite some time. I personally don't really pay retail for a lot of the Azzaro fragrances. A lot of them hit discounters relatively quick, and when they do hit discounters, it's like under $45, under $50. Certain fragrances from their line do last for like 6 hours at the very least. I get 6 hours with Azzaro Chrome Aqua, and with Azzaro Chrome Extreme, I get about 6-7 hours. So I wouldn't pay retail personally, but this is going to be one that I'm going to be picking up. So lavender, zesty lemon, etc., and pretty simple, just that 3-note breakdown. So that's one of the first new releases that's going to be coming out, along with another one from Maison Crivelli. This one sounded really good. So the inspiration behind this fragrance is supposed to be basically this recreation of when the founder, the Mason's founder, basically, his name is Thibaud Crivelli. He went on a music festival and he had this raspberry cocktail. So they're trying to recreate this raspberry cocktail drink, basically. And for me, I love the note of raspberry in combination with rose or vanilla. This one doesn't necessarily have rose, but it does have some of my other favorite notes, including orris, which gives you like this buttery, slightly in the same family as something as iris. So it's raspberry, cinnamon, and bergamot at the top, along with some cedarwood, orris, and osmanthus in the mid. And then in the base, we have leather, oud, patchouli, and vanilla. It honestly sounds amazing to me. Maison Crivelli does have a lot of really raunchy, strong, and projecting, performing fragrances, but obviously it comes with a hefty price tag for a lot of their fragrances. This one's called Cure Infrarouge. This is going to be one that I'm going to be picking up, likely to be blind bought, just because of its lack of availability in local stores around me personally. So this is going to be coming out in 2024. The perfumer for this is Jordi Fernandez. Pretty extensive portfolio as well, creating a lot of great fragrances. This one sounds really good. I am excited about this one. Some of my favorite fragrances, along with a lot of other people's favorites from Maison Crivelli, is Hibiscus Mahajad, and another popular one, Oud Marcuja. So that's going to be the one from Maison Crivelli. Another one from Parfums De Mer is going to be Delina Climbing Rose. I personally love the whole Delina line. I love specifically Delina Exclusive. It's the sexiest one of them all. This one is supposed to be a recreation of the original. It's as simple as that. It's going to be a revamped edition of our beloved Delina. That's the explanation. A lot of the similar notes, very, very similar notes as well. It's going to be rhubarb, lychee, and bergamot. They are actually giving us less notes than previously. While in the mid, there's rose and vanilla. In the older batch, we got much more extensive of a breakdown. We had some peony, musk, etc. But this one only gives us rose and vanilla. And then in the base, we've got musk, cashmere wood, and vetiver. Not many differences. Not many at all, actually. This is going to be available on April 15th. So this isn't one that I'm going to be blind buying at all. I'm going to be trying this one first. Definitely going to be trying this one first, just because of its note simplicity. It just seems like extremely close. Another one that sounds absolutely intoxicating is going to be Eternal Wood from Manera. So Manera is dropping this new fragrance that's supposed to be transporting you to San Cristobal and Chihuahuan desserts. Immerse yourself in the allure of Palo Alto. So yeah, that sounds really good. It's got Laotian oud, one of my favorite ouds when used properly, especially with other creamy notes like sandalwood, etc. Leighton Exclusive has Laotian oud. It can be one of the most animalic ouds if it's not combined with the right notes. Top notes, official notes of the fragrance is going to be top of oud, Davana, and red saffron. This is going to be an extreme attention grabber right from the start. Davana, something aromatic like oud, and saffron right at the top. So aromatic, spicy, woody opening, along with heart notes of Palo Santo, which I absolutely love. Some resins, which is going to be that white copal. And then there's also that note of Gaiac wood, cashmere wood. So Gaiac wood, a lot of Gaiac wood is also known as Palo Santo. So it's either a double post of just Palo Santo in different words, or it's a more distinct species of Gaiac wood, which can be slightly distinct from the original Palo Santo. But in most cases, Gaiac is relatively close to Palo Santo. In most cases, there are a couple of cases where they can change and give you a different type of woody accord. In the base, there's brown toffee. This is where I'm sold, man. Brown toffee. So it's probably going to be like this caramelized sweet toffee nuance, along with tonka bean, amber, and oak moss. So brown toffee to me personally smells like caramel, but more molasses. So I'm expecting something rich, something spicy, aromatic, woody, ambery. This is my scent profile, if it's going to be relatively true to the note breakdown or my expectations. So we'll see. There's sweet toffee, robust blends, nestles on sweet toffee, cozy tonka beans, along with a woodsy touch of amber and oak moss. I'm looking forward to this, honestly. And judging by the way that they did their Amor Cafe, which I think was really sexy, I am thrown off just a little bit by the liquor opening, but as soon as it settles down, and it's really not even that bad. As soon as it settles down, that's a phenomenal coffee fragrance for sure. So this is another one that I'm pretty excited to grab, and I will be blind buying that one as well. The next one I'm gonna be talking about is called Not Telling by Tamine. I'm not really that ecstatic about this one, but this one was pretty interesting. It's gonna be a Harrods exclusive, if I'm not mistaken, but this one is going to have a couple of notes of coconut peach. In the mid, we've got tuberose, lily, ylang ylang, and in the base, there's sandalwood, vanilla, tonka bean, and ambergris. I'm not that ecstatic about this one. There are a couple of notes that I don't really enjoy, and it seems like this one's going to be a creamy, slightly sweet, white floral fragrance. I don't think this is going to be bad. It just doesn't look like a combination that I particularly will lean towards personally. It sounds like, and it is actually described as a floral, fruity gourmand. So there you go. But it is a 35% concentration. The one that I have from Tamine is this fragrance right here, the newest release, Chords Extrait. You guys should check this one out. It's a beautiful fragrance. It kind of reminds me of like a thicker version of Naxos. If Naxos had a lot more white florals and just a little bit more density, that's what it would smell like. Although it has some density to it, the Tamine Chords Elixir, it's relatively easy to wear. A thick fragrance that's pretty diffusive in the air. So it has some ozonic qualities and traits to it. It's a beautiful fragrance for the spring and summertime. If you like Naxos, you want something a little bit fluffier, that is the perfect word for it. It's going to be Tamine Chords Elixir. A great fragrance, actually. Next fragrance release, the newest fragrance release from Initio, is going to be Oud for Greatness Neo. This is also another Harrods exclusive, and it's not that many differences, although I think that it's going to smell maybe somewhat of like a flanker per se. So similar notes, we still got bergamot, lavender. The main difference is going to be that fir balsam, at least what they're noting in the note breakdown. Yeah, that's it, man. At the top, bergamot, lavender, and then in the mid, fir balsam, and in the base, oud. That's all they're listing. And aside from that, it's not really giving us much more than that. So that's another new release. I'm not going to be blind buying that one, and also considering the fact that it's a Harrods exclusive. Another one from Manera. I don't know if I'm really that ecstatic about this one, but it is going to be an amber-based fragrance. Top notes of pink pepper, Japanese yuzu, Calabrian bergamot, Indian nutmeg, and in the mid, there's amberwood, violet, Sulawesian patchouli, and in the base, there's intense amber and cedar moss. Cedar moss, yeah, cedar moss. That's exactly what they noted. So this one I'm not going to be blind buying. Honestly, I'm not really that ecstatic about some of the notes, etc. It might not be a bad fragrance, but I might be sampling this one, or just nothing's really moving me to actually blind buy that one. So I might pass on that one, but I figured it would be something to talk about, something good to talk about from Manera. There is another one that's coming out from Montal. They actually have 3 releases that are coming out, but this is probably one of the only ones that I will be trying because of the note breakdown as well. So the top notes of this fragrance are going to be pear, plum, and bergamot. In the mid, we've got leather, cedar, Turkish rose, and vetiver, and in the base, there's vanilla pods, tonka bean, musk, and amber. I don't know what to expect with this one. Truthfully, I feel like this might be a unisex feminine leaning fragrance because of the fact that it's got this combination of pear, Turkish rose, and then some of that musk. I feel like this might have some of that light, watery, floral traits that will, you know, take this one towards that feminine quality of fragrance. However, the couple of notes that are attractive to me personally is going to be that plum, the leather, along with the vanilla pods, tonka beads, and amber. So truth be told, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be blind buying this one, but it looked relatively interesting. So I might keep an eye out if it hits discounters. I think that's gonna be one that I check out once it hits discounters. Next one is Armani Code Eau de Parfum. Yeah, it's 2024 Eau de Parfum. They're coming out with so many different flankers at this point, I don't even know what's going on anymore. This one doesn't have too many different notes though. It's got top of green mandarin citrus notes. In the heart, we've got nutmeg and tonka bean, and in the base, that's pretty much it. So the difference between this and the old one is that there is the addition of nutmeg. Obviously, there's going to be much more of a difference than just the nutmeg, considering the fact that it's not listing cedar and most fragrances are not composed of just 3 notes. There will be a difference. This is going to be one that I'll be sniffing in stores once it's released. I don't think I'm gonna be grabbing this pre-release or purchasing it from overseas or having some friends ship it to me. Nevertheless, I'm still going to be picking this one up because I think the whole Armani Code DNA is a great signature men's fragrance, especially for office goers, school, etc. It's still a great fragrance lineup. That's pretty much it for the new releases. Last but not least was going to be Ocean Le Parfum, Rossa Ocean Le Parfum. I'm actually gonna be picking that one up tomorrow. So whenever you're watching this video is likely to be the day that I'm picking that bad boy up. And I'll be making a short or review in the next week or so. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the newest releases for 2024. I almost missed one. The last one is actually Spicebomb Dark Leather. Spicebomb Dark Leather, there's not many notes on that fragrance. However, I will say that I'm interested to see where this one goes because Infrared already uses the note of leather. So I don't know what they're gonna do with this one. Maybe they're gonna use the whole original DNA and just take some leather rather than going that whole capsaicin actual spicy note. In my honest opinion, if they were to take the Spicebomb Extreme DNA, the current Extreme DNA, and add some leather to that already vanilla spicy fragrance, I think it'll do it a favor. I think it'll be a good flanker. I hope they have some of that vanilla in this fragrance in itself, because I think the vanilla combination along with those contrasting notes of some citruses at the top, the spices, leather, and vanilla will definitely make this a more 3 to 4 dimensional fragrance rather than just keeping it spicy, 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 adding more spice, and then maybe just some leather, which would be like 2D, 3D. And I'm not really crazy about a lot of those other fragrances or the flankers. The original is great, Extreme is the best, and then Night Vision EDP is also the runner-up to Spicebomb Extreme. I will say that Infrared EDP is not the worst thing in the world, but it's a forgettable flanker in my opinion. I do find that a lot of gentlemen that are a little bit older will enjoy that fragrance more often than not. This leather one, like I said, if it does the vanilla with the leather, I'll be extremely excited about it. But nevertheless, I will be picking this one up, likely to be a blind buy as well. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, new releases of 2024. Stay tuned for first impressions and full reviews for all these fragrances. If you enjoyed watching this video, make sure to leave a like, hit that subscribe button. Till the next one, peace.